What a time to be alive. I could just talk good things all day long. The magic crypto money's doing what magic crypto money does.
Chick internet money for the win. Fuck yeah.
Buy the dip.
Buy the fucking tip.
I should have had that.
I should have had that on. I should.
That really just that got me. Yes, that was one of those ones. You're at the desk, and then next minute you folded up laughing and saw that.
I love that guy.
All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So the room is nice and busy today. I am going to take down the
Hey guys. Hey Miles.
The screen, and we are going to get started very, very quickly. Thanks to everybody that's popped something in the chat. The chat's going to be open.
Not an actual person, but you can still talk to me.
Siri's talking to me. I'll be in the chat. Other than that, I'm going to hand this straight over to Scott for the hype
Right.
train.
Let's get it started. Bitcoin just hit $2 trillion in market cap. If you want to get rich in crypto, there's only one thing in it. And this one thing, it's all you need to do. You need to find the next $1 trillion coin before it becomes $1 trillion coin. Maybe not even $1 trillion coin. You need to find a top 20 coin before it's in the top 20. And getting in early on this brand new coin is going to make you $1 million. If you are stuck in 9 to 5, if you want to get out ASAP, if you feel like you're playing from behind with your financial situation, if you want to catch up, this one coin is going to pay for your retirement. And I've got actually not 650K of my own money. Let's check it right now. And you can see that we have 686K. So in the last hour, there's been another $80,000 added to my net worth from this coin. I've added more and more. I think it's an amazing investment. This is one of 3 trades this year that allowed me to make 1.3 million, starting with just 5K. So the 3 big trades, like I did a lot of trading. I took hundreds of trades this year, but really 90% of the money came from just 3 trades. And the 3 trades were Cockinu, you can see here, and you can see where I bought it, and Retardio, which I had 497K at the peak. It's significantly less than that, but I'm very happy with that. And this Hyperliquid trade that you've seen just now. But before I get into this ticker, before I tell you why it's going to be the biggest trade of my life, I think this is going to be the biggest trade I've ever done. Here's a little bit about me. So I've been a full-time professional trader since 2007. My background, my training is in TradFi systematic trend following, which I learned under Ed Sikota, who's one of the original trend following guys, and Van Tharp, who you might have heard from, both from the Market Wizard books. I took those trading skills to crypto. I bought my first Bitcoin for $4.21. Sadly, I sold most of them and didn't make much money on that. But I got back into crypto in a serious way later in 2017. And this year, I turned a $5,000 account into 1.44 million, which is pretty good. Best I've ever done. I'm going to show you the exact system that's made $10 million in profits this year alone. And it's not some kind of bait and switch marketing thing where you have to pay. You're going to get something you can take away and profit from today. But most of all, I'm going to give you the ticker of the coin that's going to 1 trillion this cycle. And it's currently 11 days old and it's at 5 billion. What's it at now? Market cap is at 5.9 billion. It's going to be the Solana of this cycle. In 2021, Solana went from $1 to $260. I think we're going to have a similar sort of run. Now, every bull market, there's a handful of coins that do this. In 2018, it was Neo. You might not remember it, but it went from 40 cents to $200. 2021, in the early part, Doge went from 1 cent to 69 cents. Later that year, Sand went from 5 cents to $7.45. There's always just a couple, and you only have to catch one. You only have to catch one, but you have to catch it in size and you have to hold it. Now, for every $100 you put in, you're looking to get back 10,000, and every 1,000 you're looking to get back 100,000. And these are exactly the sort of life-changing gains that are on offer. So let's get to it. Now, before we get there, I've got a chart overlaid of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. And this red line is altcoins. And you can see that even with the weird market moves this week, altcoins have now overtaken Bitcoin and are now the strongest thing to hold. This is telling us very loudly and clearly that you can see that altcoins bounced harder than Bitcoin off the crash. Altcoins are definitely the assets to hold right now, and that's brand new for this cycle. I feel very strongly that this is the time for a big targeted bet on a breakout hit for alt season. And my bet is on the Hyperliquid ecosystem with the Hypercoin launch last week, which is currently doing more volume than Coinbase. Coinbase does $8 billion a day. Hyperliquid did $10 billion. Now, the product is this Hyperliquid exchange, which lets you trade perpetual futures with high leverage on these coins with no username and password, no KYC. There's a lot more to it than that. Hype is a project that's pretending to be a super successful exchange like Binance, Bybit, or Coinbase, and we know that these are the most profitable use cases for crypto so far. But that's not all. It's actually stealthily, it's a very, very high performance layer one network, 10 or 20 times as fast as Solana with $1 trillion potential. It's already done higher spot volumes than Coinbase. USA customers can use it. And Trump said he's not prosecuting DeFi projects under his administration. So this is a tacit green light for USA customers to use this. And we know, because the number one problem I have in my business is getting USA customers onboarded to somewhere they can trade perpetual futures. And this is probably the best solution. They took no venture capitalist money. And the problem with taking VC money is that venture capitalist money eventually wants to sell out. As soon as they've got a 10x or 100x, they want to dump. And that creates automatic selling pressure. Instead of doing that, they took the money they would have given to VCs and they gave it to the users. That was a brilliant move. This is also something we are going to do. Hyperliquid is taking market share off the other coins because it's so much easier to use. And I want to show you something. Let's disconnect. So in the chat, has anyone ever logged into a centralized exchange, a Coinbase, a Binance, a Bybit? You're all familiar with that process? The two-factor authentication, the email codes, the get out your phone and write the thing, pain in the ass, right? Just a complete pain in the fucking ass. Okay, so let's connect to Hyperliquid and compare and contrast. Okay, so I'm going to click the connect button here. I'm going to click on connect. And I'm connected. That's it. It's like 2-3 mouse clicks, right? To trade, I can buy or sell, limits, charts work. This is not like some sketchy DeFi thing. This is a proper, legit exchange with deep, deep liquidity. How much volume did they do? In Hype alone, they did 237 million yesterday. The margin is excellent. They play very fair with the margin. They've got huge leverage. They've got cross margin. So you can cross margin all your trades together so you don't get liquidated on an individual trade. It's just a very, very good trading experience. It's been brilliant for me. I've been using it all the way through. So they've doubled their size in a month. Now they're at $3 billion open interest in market cap out of a total of 60 billion. So they're about a 20th of the whole market, and Binance is 30 billion in comparison. So they're about 10% of Binance after 11 days of operation. The metrics are baked in to overtake OKX, Coinbase, and Bybit and become the second biggest exchange this year. And this is just what FTX did in 2021, but it's all on chain. So what this guy's doing, he's doing the best parts of the FTX playbook, but without all the crime, because you can't steal once it's on chain. Now, let's take a look at some detailed stats. You can see this anytime at stats.hyperliquid.xyz. This is pulling it all directly off chain. You can see that their total volume is a hockey stick since they've launched their coin. It's like that. Open interest, which is the amount of people gambling on their futures. You can see it hockey stick like that, but it's been growing steadily since they launched the product. Steadily, they've been taking market share off other products. How they've been doing that is they allow you to contribute to their liquidity provider, the HLP vault. And this is incredibly generous. This is a sharp 4 carry trade that pays in USDC. You can see the inflows on this exchange are going nuts. Like every day they're getting millions and millions of dollars deposited on exchange. And the slippage was a little bit sketchy when they started, but now it's as good as centralized exchanges. Cumulative new users, this is the big one. So you can see a steady growth. But look what's happened now. We've got this new hockey stick curve. So by every metric, this is a really fast growing exchange. Now, Jeff Yan, the founder, who I know a little bit, he's a Bezos Zuckerberg level founder, and no one's figured it out yet. And this is the alpha here, is that startups are a bet on the founders, and this guy is like just something else. He's incredibly good, like every bit as good as Prime Zuckerberg. So he is an ex-tier 1 HFT engineer. He used to work in Hudson River Trading, which is top 5 HFT firms. I've asked around in my professional trading friends. He's got an incredible reputation. My hedge fund buddies know the guy in person. They say the exact phrase that Corey from Newfound Capital said to me is, he is who Sam Bankman-Fried was pretending to be. So he's taking market share away from competitors, not through luck or timing, but through strategic, intentional decisions and incredibly good execution. Like, he just builds new features. This exchange works solid as a rock. And I want you to look at this. This is in the early days. This is like September 2. The founder of this company, the founder of this coin, is reaching out to me personally. He's like, curious on your thoughts. He's not telling me to use it. He's just like, curious on your thoughts, and happy to get on a call with me. Like, this is a great sign for an early stage founder. Now, in my view, startups are just a bet on the founders. Bill Gates would have been successful, whatever he did. Jeff Bezos would have been successful, whatever he did. Zuckerberg too. Now, Jeff Yan has shown strategic brilliance at every step in the way. He's going to be known like Elon, like Musk, like Bill Gates, and he's making it so very profitable and so easy to trade on Hyperliquid. And he's being overly generous with sharing the wealth with users. Like, overly generous? Shit, he just gave me $700,000 fucking dollars. That's overly generous. He's going to do it again. The people who are using his exchanges now, they're going to get a second airdrop, and it's going to be like amazing. You'd be nuts not to use this exchange. You'd be absolutely nuts not to use it. The product is so very good that users are going to stick with it. This is his bet, that once you try it, he's going to incentivize you to try it. Once you try it, you're going to use it because it's easier and better. But Jeff's secret business model is that they're using Hyperliquid to acquire users for their layer 1 coin. And their layer 1 is like an Ethereum or like a Solana. It's much faster than Solana, and Solana's much faster than Ethereum. So after Bitcoin, the world's biggest coins are layer 1s because they have the biggest, most profitable use cases, like ETH, like Sol, like AVAX. This coin is under 2 weeks old. We're here. We're going to be at least halfway to Ethereum, or maybe Ethereum. I would use a VPN for US in the US, and the VPN I would use is Mullvad VPN, MULLVAD. You can put anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 into Hype. You can come back in 6 months. That's going to be an easy 10x. You can wait a little longer for it to establish as the highest performance L1, and that's a home run 100x on your investment. But here's the thing. There's coins like Hype, and you can get lucky on them. It's not just luck, but you shouldn't bet the whole farm on it. It's not sensible to bet the whole farm on it. It's my biggest trade. It's about 28% of my crypto portfolio at the moment. And let's be honest, I need a little bit of luck for it to come off. But what if you could catch every winning coin of the cycle? What if you didn't have to choose just one big $1 trillion coin to go all in on? What if you could get all of them? Like the old bull and the young bull, the old bull walks down and fucks them all. What if you could beat the returns of holding even the best cryptos? So we've made nearly $10 million in profits for our customers this year doing this. It was a bit more a couple of days ago. We lost a little bit the last couple of days. We've done risk-adjusted returns for this cycle better than George Soros and Ray Dalio put together. And that's not a joke. This is after fees and costs. This is true, simply true. We have absolute returns for our members at 93% compounding that are better than the early days of crypto. So if you've ever thought that like you wish you could go back to 2011, we have to go back, Marty, we have to buy some Bitcoins in 2011, this is your way. This is the deterministic, mechanical, luck-free way to become a certified crypto millionaire and to have it fund your retirement. I get Saudi hedge fund whales using this. I've got billion-dollar hedge fund managers using this. I've got our ex-BlackRock quants that are developing it and using it for their own money. Every single person in our company has their savings in it. Ian has his savings in it. Caroline has his savings in it. I have mine in it. My parents use it. My dad uses it. Why? Because we love getting exposure to crypto's strongest coins without the 80% drawdowns that you're going to get in any sort of crypto investing. So this is altcoins, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Altcoins, they're all looking down about 80% peak to valley, right? If you can't handle 80% drawdowns, well, you've got to play a different game. And this is the different game. So let me show you the system. The system is called FinRev, and it's short for Financial Revolution. Now, I built it by getting the smartest quants I could find from big firms and using proven strategies from the traditional finance hedge fund world. I just replicated the biggest trend following hedge fund by AUM and then started improving on it. And boy, has it been good to us. So let me show you the way that it works. Let me just bring up a different account. One sec. I'm going to show an account with a bit more history so you can see it over a couple of years. So this has been going since April 13, 2023, when he put in 45 grand. He's put in some more along the way, but overall, he's put in a total of $82,000 and his current market value is $185,000. This period here, he stopped using it and started again a couple of weeks later for some reason. And the first thing you see is, this is how much profit you've made. This is how much money in total you've put in, less how much money you've taken out. And this is the market value of your holdings today. And this is an equity curve. This is your top 10 long and short positions by value. You can see today, he's holding these ones long and these ones short. So we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 shorts. The next thing you can see, let me show you how it works. So let's go down to a list of positions. Let's look at some of the biggest ones and let's look at, say, okay, so out of our top 10 positions, this is the first one that's a short. Let's look at some that have done well recently. So let's look at, say, ADA. So ADA did fucking nothing up until about here, and then it went nuts. So let's look at what we did and how we traded. This, you can see there's some faint dotted lines underneath these. These are all our different trend forecasts. We average these trend forecasts using a thing called a portfolio optimizer into this blue line. This blue line is the one number to rule them all. If it's negative, we're betting that the coin goes down. If it's positive, we're betting that the coin goes up. We cap that result at a maximum because we don't want to be too long just because it's been going up for a long time. So right here, you can see we started to get long on this date. The little green arrow is us adding more. We added more the next day. We added more the next day. We added more the next day. We added some more. We sold a bit when it looked like it was toppy, but then we added it back, sold a bit, added it back, sold a bit, bought more, bought more, bought more. So we're just trimming around the edges every day. Rode out the big dip, sold off a little bit to de-risk, sold off a little bit more to de-risk today. So if it goes down, we'll continue to de-risk. If it starts going back up again, we'll pile it back on. Let's look at a few others. XRP. Everyone hates XRP. I hate XRP. So this is where our forecast turned positive. We start buying it here, bought more, bought more, bought more, sold a little bit here while it was going sideways, sold a little bit, but back more. But we're holding a maxed out position here. And what's it doing right now? We sold off a little bit and we sold off a little bit more. If it starts going up again, we'll buy it back. If it keeps going down, we'll continue to sell off. So this is the really mechanical, deterministic way that these things work. Let's look at a few others. What else could we look at? FTM, maybe Doge. Okay, so FTM is interesting. We're betting that it was going down while it went down, but here we started to bet that it was going up. Hasn't been a particularly successful trade. Like it's made money and then we got out of it, bet that it went down, it didn't make money, bet that it went up, didn't make money. This is characteristic of trend following. You get many small wins and small losses, small win. And then when the market moves, like it's moved here, we're long all the way through here and we hit it out of the park. This is the basic method of trend following. Let's look at Doge. It's probably, perfect. So you can see right here, we turn positive. So we're betting that it goes up, betting that it goes up, betting that it goes up, and just staying long. We're still betting that it goes up, and we've reduced our position size a little bit. This is a very, very easy and mechanical way of doing things, I guess. Okay, so let me show you a couple of things. This is our return since 2019. And you can see that I'm benchmarking it against a combination of Bitcoin and Ethereum because I think that's a reasonable benchmark. Now, Bitcoin and Ethereum has been quite a good thing to hold together. You would have got 78% per year just holding both of those, but you have to put up with 80% drawdowns and you have to put up with multi-year drawdowns. Now, how do I explain it? The blue line is our system. And you can see that although we have drawdowns, we don't have these big 80% peak to valley drawdowns. So if you want to get out at any one time, by the way, our long-term Sharpe ratio is 1.69. We have, let's look at some drawdowns. These are all the drawdowns we've ever had. So our average drawdown is about 10%. We just had our biggest drawdown ever, which was just over 30%. It was 33%. But generally, drawdowns are going to top out at around 30%. And the drawdown at 33% was immediately followed by a big spike. And that's generally the way things work. A big drawdown, a big sharp drawdown is a good thing, not a bad thing. It generally means the market is changing direction and we're about to get paid a lot. What else can I show you? Okay, it's been profitable. The blue line is our strategy. It's been profitable every single year, over 100%, 150, 220, just 23, just 48, and 2024 has been okay so far. So it's been profitable every single year. This is what we call rolling beta to Bitcoin and Ethereum. If this goes up to 1, it means it's trading exactly like Bitcoin and Ethereum. But you can see that this trades completely differently than Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that's important to understand. So it's like crypto, but it has less drawdowns and it's less correlated with crypto. So I guess the point of this is that how it works is you make an API, you keep your own coins on your own exchange account or your own DeFi wallet. And we generate an API key, and that API key lets it trade on your behalf. It doesn't let us, we can't withdraw your money. You never have to hand over your custody of your money to us, and you never have to ask permission to take your own money out. If you have $100,000 in here and you pull it out, if you pull half of it out, it just starts trading with the half that's left. It doesn't actually care. And you can get a full trade history, things buying and selling. You can see we just play around the edges most days. So for example, today sorry, Zoom doesn't like that page for some reason. So today we bought like $200 worth of Ethereum. We sold $200 worth of this, bought $200 worth of it. It just plays around the edges. So this is I guess it's guaranteed no luck. It's a no luck way to lock in the gains for crypto. So it's taking the luck out of the equation, making it a mechanical deterministic thing. Now, let me show you the massive improvements which are ready to unveil right now. Actually, they're finished. I just want to wait until after Christmas just so that people aren't stressed out over Christmas watching them. And we're going to release FinRev 3.0. Now, we've added 2 new edges, which we think are going to take us to the end game. You'll see our current Sharpe ratio is 1.69, which is world-class. By comparison, Warren Buffett was 0.74, Ray Dalio 0.9, and George Soros 1. So 1.69 is like some serious shit. Now, our goal was always to get a Sharpe 2.0 system. And what we're going to do is take our existing trend signals, which are, a bit jagged like this, and we're going to convert them into what's called the market neutral signal. So right now, if you look at us today, if we look at our positions today, and we sort them by long or short, you can see that we're nearly all long, and we've got like 95 long positions and 5 short positions. So we're 95% long. What we're doing with cross-sectional momentum is, instead of saying you can be 90% long and 10% short, or you could be 100% long or 100% short for that matter, we're going to make it so that you can only be 50% long and 50% short. And we're going to go long the 50% of coins that have strong momentum, and we're going to go short the 50% of coins that don't have good momentum, and they're going to balance out. If we're good at our jobs, we're going to stay perfectly balanced. So we're not going to care if the market goes up or down. Now, you can see that the equity curve here looks very similar, except that the Sharpe ratio is higher and it's less bumpy and less jagged and just generally easier to live with. Personally, I still like this because you can crank the leverage on it easier, but this is a very appealing thing to live with. Now, the next system that we have to add is cross-sectional carry, which is betting on the funding rates. We're going to go long the coins. We're going to go long the coins that pay the highest, the half of the coins that pay the highest carry and funding rates. And we're going to go short the 50% of coins that have negative carry funding rates. So we're going to get paid both ways, the carry rates, and we're going to keep them balanced. Now, this comes out to be about a Sharpe 1.7, which is about what we have now. But if you look at the shape of it, it's very, very different. So we get diversification. Now, when we blend all these together, which is the plan, in equal thirds, we get an annualized Sharpe after costs of 2.01. But more importantly, we get a very smooth, easy to live with equity curve that is going to be much more client friendly than what we've got now. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, we make a lot of money with FinRev, but it can be a little bit of a heartbreaker. You know, it goes sideways for long periods of time. It makes money and gives it back, it makes money and gives it back, and then it hits out of the park. It can be an emotionally unsatisfying journey. And so we'd like to solve that. So if you aren't fluent in Nerd, this is as good as trading systems get. It's small drawdowns, high risk adjusted returns, 100% per year. I've already shown you how it works. What this is about, really, it's about creating generational wealth. So if you start off with $10,000, after 5 years, you've got it compounded to $320,000. But that's not the point. The point is that you can see the end of the ride. So in my view, my number is 10 million US. Like, I need 10 million US plus a house. That's enough that I can live the lifestyle that I want to live forever without worrying about money. And I could never run out of money in a million years. So for me, this is about creating generational wealth through compound interest. And our strategy has done on average 93% a year. And, you know, if you get to year 5, you can see the end. You can see that, like, 5 years doing something that's worked for the last 5 years, it's not that much to stick out to win the game. And that's what this is all about. This is about winning the game, achieving a life of financial freedom. So what you really want to do is relax and enjoy the ride, and know that if you can keep your hands off the steering wheel, it's going to make you rich in 5 or 10 years, no matter how small a grub stake you're starting with. If you can just not mess with it, if you're not worried about day-to-day fluctuations, you can be highly confident that at the end of the year, you're going to show a profit. Why? Because it shows a profit every year. Always has, always will. Now, my goal for you is the ability to do whatever you want, wherever you want, with whoever you want, for as long as you want. And in my view, money is just a tool to buy time and freedom, and compounding does the real work. So who's impressed so far? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Because we're doing the impossible here. And we're celebrating doing the impossible. I want to give you the deal of a lifetime, and I want to sneak you in on our plans. So my secret plans, this is the first time I've told anyone outside the company. What we're doing is we're going to bring our entire trend systems and all these new systems to the Hyperliquid blockchain. And we are going to do an airdrop. We're going to release our own coin. And that coin is going to be called Trend. And we are going to do exactly what Hyperliquid did, which is be ridiculously generous to people who've used our product. So we're going to be gifting all those existing FinRev people who are on the call now. We're going to be gifting you millions of dollars in tokens, in Trend tokens, and Jim, we don't ever hold anyone's money. So your money never goes into my hands. I would never say that. I would never ever say that. I would never ever let you do that. So what we're doing is we're going to put the world's first hedge fund running completely on a blockchain. The blockchain we're going to use is the Hyperliquid blockchain. We're going to launch the coin. The coin name is Trend, and it's going to be Trend coin running on the Hyperliquid blockchain, and we're going to give it away to all our existing customers. And here's how it's going to work. So almost every altcoin, right? They have a governance token or a utility token, and they want to pay you for using their product, but they want to pay you in their own currency. They want to pay you in their magic beans. Like, so if you use you use mana, and you get paid in mana for using their video game, it doesn't make any sense at all to hold that for any length of time, right? Like, the first thing you're going to do if I pay you in my own coin, the first thing you're going to do is sell that, because it doesn't make sense to hold it, because most coins go down. What I'm going to do is convert this to a 2 and 20 hedge fund on the blockchain. 2% goes to the company to get enough operating expenses to keep the lights on. The 20% goes equally to the owners of Trend coin. And different than every other altcoin, Trend is getting USDC denominated income. So Trend is a shitcoin that pays you in US dollars. And if you think about what happens in bear markets, look at the bear market here. Look at what our system did. During the bear market, our system went up. So Trend is a shitcoin that pays you in bear market. Oh, sorry, let me share my screen briefly. I forgot to do that. So if we look at what happened in a bear market, our Trend system went up and went up. By the time the bear market was over, we were up substantially. So in theory, we've got an altcoin Trend, which pays you in USDC. It doesn't pay you in some stupid altcoin magic bean. And it's a coin that keeps paying you in bear markets. So that should make it not go down like all the other coins in bear markets. Now, what we're doing is ripping off Jeff's brilliant Hyperliquid playbook, where he airdropped the vast majority of profits to his loyal users like me. And I'm ride or die for that guy now. So we want to just replicate the playbook. We're going to be overly generous to each and every one of you. And especially the guys who've been with us from the start, who stuck with us. And make you all millionaires, guys. We're gonna make you all millionaires. And we're not going to ask anything for it. You don't have to pay any money. It's just like, couldn't stop me from giving you that money. Couldn't stop me from giving you that money. So I reckon it's pretty cool. I reckon it's a fucking great idea. If there was ever a time to launch a crypto coin and go balls in on launching a crypto coin, I reckon now's the time. And I reckon this is the coin, and I reckon this is the idea. Best idea I've ever had. I think it's a fucking banger. I think the technology is great. I think the idea is great. I think the concept is great. I think the returns are proven. I think we can fucking pull it off, guys. I think we can make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars and split it all together. Fuck yeah. So I want to give you a deal of a lifetime. So here's the deal. Everyone who's here today can have $500 USD Tether to get themselves started when they book a call. We have 3 tiers of FinRev available for you today. FinRev Silver, some of you have, is you have to execute the trades yourself. It's not fully automated. It is $1,000 for 3 years. Some people prefer it. Our CMO, John, he does it with his wife every day. They do their like Korean couples thing and do it. FinRev Gold is the one that I personally use. I personally use it because you can turn the leverage up very, very hard on it if you want. It's $6,500 for 3 years of fully automated trend following trading. And FinRev Platinum is our flagship product, which it's $9,500 for 3 years of fully automated trading. It's got all of the upgrades that I demonstrated to you today to smooth things out, but it also gives you the ability to run multiple accounts. So if you don't know that Binance is going to be better than Bybit, is going to be better than Hyperliquid, you can split your risk between them. You can also run a degen account. And so let me show you what I mean by a degen account, because I think you'll like this. This is a degen account where the guy started off with $200. You can see July 30th, he was 205, 240. It did nothing all the way through the bear market. In October, he started to go 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. And he ran $200 in that first couple of months of bull market up to 21,000. He put in $4,000 extra somewhere around here. So, and he had a draw. What was this drawdown like from 21,000 down to, at its worst, 8,779. And where did he go back up to? 29. I mean, he's got this set as a completely degen leverage. So he's turned $200 He added in $4,000 along the way into 18,257. That's five. That's almost 100x return on his account. That's amazing. So that's what you can do with FinRev Platinum. So FinRev Gold, again, it's 6,500 for 3 years. You get 3 years of automated algorithmic trading with FinRev. You get a VIP onboarding with one of our expert crypto trader coaches, not some customer service monkey from the third world like Caroline, like a Ian, like a Maurizio, like absolute gun traders. You get the same, all the comprehensive stats and monitoring that I've showed you today. You can delay starting or pause at any time. We've got our W money guarantee. If you aren't in profit after your first 12 months using the system, we'll let you use it for free until you've doubled your money. You want that $500 USDT, finrev.trade/call. FinRev Platinum, exactly the same thing. The 3 years of automated algorithmic trading, the VIP onboarding, the stats and monitoring, the completely custom system. You're grandfathered into new systems. We have a couple more on the drawing board. You can delay starting or pause at any time. If you want to stop, dump your money in Hyperliquid and then pull it back out once it's tripled, I totally support that. I'm down for that degenerate behavior. Your time just pauses. What happens at the end of the 3 years? Do I hit you up for more money? No, fuck no. I just charge you 20% of the profits we make together. Both trend following and cross-sectional carry and cross-sectional momentum combined for smoother and faster returns, and our W money guarantee. Again, if you aren't in profit after 12 months, you can let you use it for free until you've doubled your money. So how do you get access? finrev.trade/call. If you need a payment plan, a longer period, a shorter period, whatever, just our onboarding team can take care of you. It's not some sort of super salesy call. It's just like working out what's best for your needs. What exchanges do you utilize? We use Binance, Bybit, BitGet, KuCoin, DYDX, and Hyperliquid we're integrating as we speak. How do current users sign up for the airdrop? We're going to sign everyone up. It's a manual process. And no one's going to miss out. It's not going to be one of those like you have to click on this special link that no one tells you about or do some dodgy DeFi shit. Like, we're just going to make sure that everyone gets paid. Yeah, you've got guys in the... What's the estimated launch date for Trend? Dude, everything takes longer than I think. I think we'll be on Hyperliquid inside of, I think, a month, but we'll be on Hyperliquid in 2 months. We're doing it as a two-stage thing. Stage 1 is Hyperliquid as a vault. Stage 2 is Hyperliquid as a smart contract. The smart contract stuff is greenfield work. It's probably 3 months work. So we're probably looking at about a May coin launch. How do you sign up for Hyperliquid? You have to be in FinRev to get the airdrop. Yes, you do. There's going to be no pre-sale. We're not shopping this to VCs. We're not, like, I don't want it to be one of those cash in, like, let's release a coin and then just immediately dump on everyone and cash out. Like, I don't want to do that. Venture capitalists. I don't want to do that. I just want to give the ownership to the people who've supported us. And like, fuck, you guys have been amazing. And I've been inspired by the way Hyperliquid has just given all of the profits back to the people who supported them in the early days. And I think that's set the platform for the monster hit of the cycle. And I don't think I need to reinvent the playbook. I don't think I need to reinvent the playbook here. I think if I'm just astonishingly generous to every person who's helped us, I reckon the coin's going to be a hit. That's just what I reckon. My fucking company, I can bet it the way I like. Like, fuck it, that's the way I'm going to do it. Fuck it, that's the way I'm going to do it. Like, and no one arguing with me in my company. Like, yeah. No, you can have more accounts than that. I think they give you 3, but if you need more, just reach out. We're not going to charge you for it. Like, if
you say nobody arguing with you, Scott, it's quite difficult to argue with somebody when they say, do you mind if I make you very rich and you don't have to do anything? Like,
well, your Hyperliquid airdrop, Ian, was it life-changing?
it was special.
It was special. And
was very special. Yes. My wife then suddenly finds it's amazing how my wife goes from like little village girl to a have you seen this really expensive thing? Wow.
yeah, mine's the opposite. Mine's like, husband, we're going to Bangkok for Christmas. She's like, oh no, the flight's too expensive on Boxing Day. Like waste of money. I'm like, oh, baby.
We'll take the helicopter then instead of the jet, you know.
I mean, I don't do any of that stuff. I fly economy. I dress and I wear flip flops and wife beaters, and I walk my dog. I taught my dog to ride the motorcycle this week. It's so cool, dude.
That picture.
Oh, best week. My dog's like riding everywhere with me, living its best life. Like let's go to the beach, Dad. Let's go to the beach, and jumps off the motorcycle, runs straight into the surf, straight back up on the motorcycle. It's been a dope week.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, I think we're going out to look at some elephants this weekend.
I did that last week with.
Something hypnotic about feeding an elephant. I don't know what it is, but it's
Do you
very
know
nice.
why? Do you know why they sway?
No, go on.
They you know how they're constantly
Yeah.
doing this.
Him like that.
But they've got the biggest brain of any land mammal, and they go crazy if they don't get mental stimulation, and that swaying is getting enough brain stimulation. Back in the day when they used them as war elephants, they used to send them crazy by not letting them turn around. And if they don't do that elephant sway thing, they go completely nuts, like they go insane and they go mad and they become super violent. That's
Wow. I didn't know that.
yeah.
Nice. Well, I expect people are probably getting a bit bored with our elephant talk, but that was a heck of a session.
Do you know the Thai nursery rhyme about elephants? Does your wife sing it whenever they go near elephants?
No, I seem to be
There's this Thai nursery rhyme, and every Thai person I know starts humming it whenever they get around elephants. It's like the word for elephant is chang, and like chang 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 nong koi heng chang rupao. Dun, dun, dun. You'll know. Ask your wife; she'll know.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Yes. I really recommend FinRev. If you want to take a bit of a bet on a founder, I'm a bit of an outlying founder. I'm something of an outlying founder myself. I'm going to pull this shit off, guys. I'm going to pull it off. I'm going to pull it off for you. I'm going to pull it off for my co-workers, my business partners. We're all fucking riding. We're all fucking riding heavy here. And I think Trend as a coin, I think FinRev as a system, I think what we're offering is a sharp 2.0 investment, which is to retail investors, which has never been done before. Like never, ever been done before. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
trend will trend, my man. It's gonna fuck that shit up. All right. So let's just make sure you should all book in and make those calls now.
All right, fantastic. We'll have a great weekend, everybody. I look forward to seeing many new faces in the group.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas. Cheers, Scott.